Hello my friends, what's up? The Dutchman Ruben Buijs here. You knew this day would come. Ta-da! Steven Wilson, you know, up-and-comer. Yeah. There's bright days ahead of him. But seriously now, sixth studio album. The original plan was that it's going to be released in 2020, but you know, some stuff came up, as we all know. So there's going to be a release in January 2021, sixth studio album. I have seen him live, the To The Bone tour. It was absolutely awesome. You know me, big Porcupine Tree / Steven Wilson fan. You know, there was a lot of buzz surrounding this album. The videos that were released for this album, a lot of people thought, hey, you know, what's going on? Of course, we really want to know, or we really expect that the artist changes his style. And of course, in earlier work, there's also some electro pop, rock, dance influences here and there. So that wasn't a really big surprise, as far as I'm concerned. The concept of the album, The Future Bites, is, of course, it's about consumerism and technology and how it dominates our life, and a lot of times not in a good way. Which is kind of ironic, because this album, of course, was released as a deluxe edition. But the man's gonna make money, so that's fine by me. Consumerism, at least nowadays, and I'm guilty of that myself. I have bought over 100 music albums while in quarantine. Bought hi-fi sets. I think we all done that, you know. Got so much time to spend, so we start buying, start consuming. That's not a real big problem, as soon as you know. If it fits your desires, it's really something that you like. In my case, that's music, so I can live with that. This album really, as I said, you know, it's about the consumerism is really it's a loose concept album, I think, and not so much as the subject, but the music is going to be it's going to polarize. It's going to be polarizing for a lot of fans. The Gone is really the pragmatic, the progressive style of his earlier work. Now that has been done to death, so that, again, that's okay with me. This album is more some shorter songs, and it's a little bit more dance, a little bit more electro pop music. Steven Wilson has always been a fan of pop music. Again, not a big surprise. 42 minutes this album, so it's over pretty quickly. How do I say this? I do like it. What I think that it is his, of all the 6 albums, his weakest. Still a lot of quality on this, so that says a lot about the man. A lot of things I enjoy on this album. Some things don't really work, to be perfectly honest. I think one of his videos, Imminent Sleaze, it's a little bit too unimaginative. And also his singing, often his use of his falsetto, doesn't really come to fruition on this album. Another track with Personal Shopper, which is the longest track on this album. Some good ideas, but it goes on for far too long. And also, which has a cameo, which is a guest appearance of featuring Elton John, where he, you know, sums up all the things you can buy. Which I think the irony is on purpose, because Elton John is really was an incredible shopaholic. if you read those stories, so that's maybe the irony that was maybe intentional. But if you have Elton John and you use him for this, maybe, you know, one of the biggest stars of all time, and you're just mentioning, you know, all those things you can consume and buy. I don't know. Is it all negative? Of course not. There's some great tracks, but again, also some negative. I mean, a Follower is really forgettable, and the first two tracks on Self and Self is harmless enough, but again, it lacks inspiration. You know, this album lacks inspiration in a lot of different ways. And I absolutely don't mind pop music, not at all. Pop music performed well can be an absolute joy to listen to. But maybe he has not found his, you know, maybe not his comfort zone when it comes to that particular type of music. Again, is it all negative? Of course not. King Ghost is, as far as I'm concerned, really good. A lot of ambient flourishes, which works really well. But I think, but when his album is at its strongest, when Steven Wilson keeps it relatively simple with Man of the People, which is really beautiful. I think when played live, I think you can silence an entire arena or stadium or whatever. 12 Things I Forgot, also lyrically very strong, and again pretty much straightforward, but you know, it's Steven Wilson at its best when he's playing and performing for this kind of music. Also Count of an East finisher, the finish of this album, really slow, really beautiful, with so much atmosphere, you know, and he makes himself vulnerable, and it really works on this album. Again, the message, Steven Wilson, he hits you over the head. The message of this album hits you over the head with it time and time again. Songwriting is not all too subtle, to be perfectly honest, on this album. But you know, it still makes you wonder, you know. And then maybe it's not. The lyrics are very, you know, they're not very abstract. But it makes you think. It makes you wonder about how, you know, how we live our lives during this time, and also before the sea. Let us be honest. It's a solid message, albeit not very subtle. He uses a lot of electro on this album, a lot of different you know, techniques to make it a little bit more exciting. And there's also a lot of comparisons made to OK Computer by Radiohead. This is not on the same level. Let's be clear. That album is was really ahead of its time. This album is not. Did I enjoy the album? Absolutely. It is very short. If you're, again, this album will be very polarizing. I did like it, but he did not knock it out of the park, as far as I'm concerned. He has done that a lot of time in his career. Let that be clear. You know, again, I love Steven Wilson, I love Porcupine Tree. We all know that. Even you know that. Did enjoy it, but yeah, some tracks he could have been a little bit more experimental, which is ironic. And again, the most simple tracks on the album itself are the best. And when he tries to push the boundaries, it doesn't really work on all the tracks. So, what shall I rate this album? 3 out of 5 stars. Can grow. I've listened to the album about 6 times, and you know, your opinion always. I've changed my mind on albums so many times, so that's okay. But this is the way I feel about it now. I love this man. I love this artist. Again, I will say that again and again and again. I will not be ashamed of that. I will see him in September if you know, everything goes well. If we're in a better time than we are right now. Already got my tickets for a gig in Amsterdam. Really looking forward to it. Certainly I'm gonna enjoy some tracks being played live. Again, 12 Things I Forgot, Man of the People, I Like Self, and King Ghost. Rest, don't really have to hear that live. Okay. Maybe they come to fruition if when played live, you know, the tracks become better. Those things happen. Yeah. Sixth studio album, Steven Wilson. What a man, what an artist. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would love to hear your opinion about this album. Again, this album will be very polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. Yeah, I'm very good in cliches, I know. Oh my god. Let me know what you guys think. You guys are the best. Thanks so much. It's snowing like hell here in the Netherlands. So, I feel like, yeah, not a different type of quarantine. No, well, doesn't matter. Love you guys. Tell me what you think about the album. Dying to hear your answers and your stories. And if you have the album, are you going to see him live in his next tour? You know the drill. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, click on the like button. Subscribe if you like what I do. If you want to, you can support me on Patreon. That would be awesome. Promise I'll do this for the rest of my life. See you soon, my friends. Bye bye.